we're finally doing it, folks. The young kids, they want to transition to socialism. It's a wonderful day in the homiehood, a wonderful day for a homie. Won't you be my homie to Taro? If you haven't heard yet, socialism is actually quite a popular idea in Canada, and even conservative think tanks are becoming woke to the fact that, hey, socialism might actually be something that's good for all Canadians, because we are, at the end of the day, working class people. Well, at least the majority of this, of us. If you're watching this and you're not a working class person, then get out. All right, you're not welcome here. No billionaires allowed to be watching this. All right. So this is something that has come out from the Fraser Institute, which I believe is a right wing think tank. And Press Progress, which is, I think, the NDP think tank, so a more left leaning journal. It has an article here. I did see that this was trending in a couple different ways. I saw there was an article in the Sun, there was an article in Yahoo News, and we were trying to figure out like the best way to talk about it. But I think this Press Progress article might just be the best framing, because they are lefties after all. They might have a better understanding of what socialism is. So let's read it together. Socialism now enjoys widespread support in Canada, Fraser Institute says. Wow, shocking, amazing. It's crazy that an idea called socialism that says that the workers should have more democratic rights within their lives would be popular amongst the majority of Canadians who are, at the end of the day, workers. It's crazy. It's crazy. Fraser Institute says most Canadians agree transitioning to socialism will improve the economy and well-being of citizens. Well, strongly agree from me. If you want to know my bias, I do self-identify as a socialist. This is from Mitchell Thompson. A right-wing think tank that is one of Canada's most vocal defenders of capitalism and free market has released a surprising study that finds most Canadians agree the country would be better off under socialism. Amazing. According to a recent report from the Fraser Institute, half of all Canadians agree that transitioning to socialism will improve the economy and well-being of citizens, compared to just 1/4 who disagree. Among Canadians between the ages of, hey, get out of here. Among Canadians between the ages of 18 to 34, support for switching to socialism grows to 54% in favor and 23% opposed, while 46% of Canadians between the ages of 35 and 54 believe Canada would be better off under socialism, while 33% oppose. Okay, that was such a mouthful of a way to say that. So yeah, 54% of 18 to 34-year-olds and 46% of 35 to 54-year-olds. So if you think, hey, 46% is not a lot, it's less than half. It is a lot. When it comes to these polls and stuff, 46% is like huge. 54% even huger. The Fraser Institute poll even finds a plurality of Canadians over the age of 55 would like to see Canada switch to socialism in their lifetimes. 39% of the oldest age bracket support a transition to socialism, while 38% are against the idea. So even in the older generations, it's like, 39%, that's a hell of a lot, especially when only 38% are against the idea. I bet you that middle percent, I bet you if they tuned into my homie Tutaro every weekday morning, that they could be convinced a little bit and fall into that 39%. So yeah, here are the graphs here. 18 to 34. This is strongly.
Try and take it easy till I get back to normal.
Oh, hey, what's up, Rabbit Lamb? Thanks for appearing from the wild. What kind of Pokemon are you? Thank you so much for following. So yeah, this is Canada, 54%, strongly agree and agree. Okay. So 54% of the youth, 46% of like millennials, we can kind of say, and 55 plus here is 39%. So this is obviously, as you can see, a bit different than other countries. We're doing better, but kind of about the same as the United States. I guess Australia, the younger generation, wants socialism even more. They're even more thirsty for the socialism. The poll of 106 Canadians was conducted by the polling firm Leger and included a Fraser Institute report titled Perspectives on Capitalism and Socialism. The right-wing think tank explained that it had set out to illustrate the realities and misery of socialism. Okay? So right off the bat, it's like, hey, we set out to do this super biased poll and we were shocked by the results. Okay? One major objective of this study is to better understand perceptions and the support for capitalism, and more importantly, socialism. Obviously, socialism is more important than capitalism. That is objective fact. As well as how attitudes towards capitalism and socialism differ across age groups, the report explains. Perhaps most indicative of broad support for socialism among respondents is the fact that all age groups across all 4 countries agreed, to varying extents, that a transition to socialism would improve the economy and well-being of their citizens. Wow, it's like we're finally doing it, folks. The young kids, they want to transition to socialism. And RJ Helms here is saying that it supports their theory that there are 2 divisions to the Fraser Institute, a real research division and a warp to fit narrative division. That sounds about right. The report's appendix shows that support for capitalism and socialism also varies based on levels of income. 59% of Canadians who earn more than $100,000 identified capitalism as their ideal economic system. Okay, while 46% who earned less than $60,000 said socialism was their ideal economic system. Wow, it's almost like rich people favor a system that makes them richer, and poor people favor a system that would put everyone on a more level playing field. Mind blown. The Fraser Institute also notes the differences appear to be generational. In summary, there is less support for capitalism across most age groups in most countries compared to the support for socialism amongst the younger age group, the report concludes. Yes, it's true. Dinosaurs love capitalism. Strong young people who are ready for change like socialism. The right-wing think tank speculates the growing support for socialism might reflect young Canadians' lack of real-world experience. Maybe it's actually all the real-world experience that we already have. Like we literally like just opened our eyes to the world and we're like, wow, the world fucking sucks. Maybe it's the current system that is like making life so hard. Maybe it's even if we have a little bit of real-world experience, maybe it's how bad that real world experience is. And in case you didn't look accurately at this graph, 46% of people aged 34 to 54 also support a transition into socialism. So to say that this is just something that young kids who are like turning 18 and they're fresh out of university and they're just entered like the labor market, it is not even true. So as RJ Helms here is saying, part of the boogeyman is they tried to scare us with the boogeyman of under socialism, you'll never have a house and have to line up for everything. That's right. Yes, under socialism, you'll never have a house. Whereas in capitalism, as you probably know listening to this, they're just handing out houses right and left. There's so many houses that they can just like tear down the temporary shelters that people are putting up outside because they have nowhere else to turn. But you know, there's so many houses. They're just like, if you look under your chair right now, you'll realize that Canada's Oprah, who I guess technically would be I don't know, Rosemary Barden, is just giving out houses right and left. You know, there's a house under your chair right now. Socialism has been proven to be effective with old age security. You don't say. You're telling me that rich old people are benefiting from socialism? And, you know, also socialism is something that we reserve for rich people because all the losses of the wealthy are subsidized by taxpayers. And guess what? All the profits that they make, we don't get to see a piece of that. Okay, so like socialism only works when it works for rich people, but actual socialism, it's high time that it works for everyday working class Canadians. You know, those in the middle class and those working hard to join it. I'm just kidding. I'm just making fun of Justin Trudeau right now. But socialism at the end of the day is about working class folks, okay? And if you make $100,000 or you make $60,000 or $30,000 or $0 or you're on ODSP, socialism is going to be something that is going to help you. So, as this says, the right wing think tank is trying to scare people into thinking that this is not actually support for socialism because the people who support this don't know what they're thinking. But we know what we're thinking. We're clear-eyed and we see capitalism for what it is and how it creates all the problems that we face here in society, no matter what age you are. So it's not that we don't see the world for what it is. It's that we see the world for exactly what it is.